Hello everyone, I am Wealth Accumulation Channel. Today I want to talk about the concept of class mobility. I once saw a study. This study found that the wealthy families in Europe 500 years ago, they are similar to the rich people today. Although such data are different in each country, but it still reveals a fact to us. That is, the offspring of the rich will probably continue to be rich. The offspring of the poor are more likely to be poor. And that means poverty is hereditary. Movie today. Let's share 5 specific reasons why it is difficult for poor children to stand up. We will expose the nature of poverty. What is? Some of us can't get rich. Especially for family conditions. Not so good. You must first understand why your original family is poor. Because only fundamentally figure out your environment. We will know. Where should we start to change? And at the end of the film, I will also share 3 effective ways to use. Help you break the gene of poverty. So if you come to this channel for the first time, you are welcome to subscribe to us first. And turn on the little bell next to it. I every week will share information about the circle of rich people for free. Allows you to quickly absorb financial and business thinking in 10 minutes. Learn the pattern of rich people. No matter how busy you are, you can keep up with the rich. Make sure you don't fall behind. First of all, the first reason why it is difficult for poor children to stand up. Yes, the upper class takes up most of the resources of the whole society. You know, inheritance of wealth and knowledge. It takes time to accumulate. Rich man's child. You can directly use the family's original accumulation. Whether this accumulation is in terms of wealth, still spiritual, have been laid very firmly by the previous generation. Solid foundation. Their next generation just needs to step on it. You can climb another level with ease. And children from poor families need capital but no capital. If you need connections, you don't have connections. Even to know. Everything starts from scratch. Everything you do has to be accumulated and comprehended by yourself. For example, the opportunity is good. When there is an opportunity in front of 2 people, 90% chance of doubling your money. And it's obvious. It's a rare opportunity to make money. But the same chance. It can be easily caught in front of rich families. You can borrow as much money from your family as you need. Born to bring money to make money thinking. On the contrary, even if poor families encounter such an opportunity, and there are no resources to support them, this is the opportunity. Cost. Opportunities in everyone's life. But not everyone catches. Why? Because not everyone has equal resources. And not having resources is equivalent to not having the ability to seize. Although earning money also depends on personal ability. But we cannot deny that. Make money with ability. The way to make money is the fastest way to make money. Like 10 years ago, we knew that house prices would rise sharply. Houses in some places will continue to double. But so what if you know? Poor children without resources. Even if you know which specific areas will rise. But can't buy. Watching the opportunity pass by me. From the moment of birth. Actually, it determines what kind of capital a person will have. Sources. These resources include network capital awareness. While the resources one has, to a large extent, determines his starting line. Poor people are always busy. Busy from 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. But why are they always busy? Have been working overtime. Because they have no other source of income. No time cost. Not making money means there is a crisis. And it's not just a crisis. Is an existential crisis. This is a car loan, home loan, parents and children. Each one brings great pressure. If you are a child born into a poor family, he has to work continuously to survive. Then, in such an environment, naturally, there is no extra time and energy to think about the direction of your life. Before the age of 30, the biggest obstacle in life. It's actually from my own family. Why? Because on the road to success, never fight alone. We all need the help of noble people and family. This help is not just money. It could also be a word someone said. Or a suggestion. So let's get on the right track. Children born into wealthy families. In addition to accumulating sufficient capital, parents. There is also a higher level of awareness and connections. What problem does the child have? Most of them can be solved through their own cognition. Really can't solve it. You can also ask your friends and contacts. Help to solve. Don't underestimate such help. As parents. As long as you can guide the child on the key nodes. Support. Possibly changed his life. But what about children from poor families? The original family has been poor for several generations. The elders in the family are still struggling in poverty. Poor life. Greatly hinder their thinking and cognition. I don't even know how my child can apply for university. Not to mention, when children ask what major they should choose, it is difficult for them to give effective guidance. Not to mention that some parents will use their ignorance, hold back the child. Like I have a friend. His academic performance was not very good. Can't pass the exam. University, so he himself hoped. Go to the art department that you are more interested in. Or music department. But his parents would have preferred him to take a diploma in accounting. Even let him enter the college in an almost coercive way. The reason is because his dad has friends around. Accountant and good mix. High wages and an iron rice bowl. Can survive stably. Hear, hear. You may think such parents are a bit bad. But isn't that what most families look like in real life? Elders will use their past knowledge to give advice. In fact, all parents are the same. They ain't bad. Force us to do something. It's definitely for our own good. But there is a premise. It's just that the advice they give isn't always correct. Especially poor families. With limited knowledge, it is impossible to give correct guidance and opinions. For example, there has never been a thing called AI before. If you told people in the past, there is a software that can write letters for you, can help you make design drawings, it can even help you write your master's thesis and get full marks. That's what no one believes. But today these softwares have all been made. Something we didn't think existed or was possible in the past. Now everywhere. The so-called iron rice bowl in the past. Accounting programmers may be eliminated. Even part lawyer doctor. These seem very professional fields. Someone may be eliminated in the future. In the future, there may only be 30% of the elite will stay in that industry. What they do is more efficient. Combine AI with your profession. And the rest of the trivial work. It's all done by robots. But if cognition stays in the past, that can never see this. What's more, based on past cognition, to give advice to children about the future. One can imagine. How does this affect the child? Sometimes the child has already climbed halfway up the mountain, but still will be pulled down by parents. Therefore, in the early stages of growth, children from poor families. Basically, there is no effective guidance from the family. Or you can't get the correct guidance from the elders. And not only without guidance. Even get rid of the shackles of the original family first. And that's something some people can't get out of their lives. On our way of life, it takes trying to get something done. And trying means you may take a detour. Can go wrong, and these all require capital. It can be wrong for a rich family to have this capital. They can serve as backers for their children to try. Missed opportunity. Even if you fail a few times, you still have a chance to try again. Just like Wang Jianlin gave to his son. It's 500 million startup funds in one shake. This is money that ordinary people can't earn in their lifetime. But you can let Wang Xikong play casually. Even if all last attempts fail. But he is still a rich second generation. There is also a capital comeback. But children from poor families do not have such capital. Without such capital, naturally, there is no such courage. Finally met a chance. But what they hold in their hands is that their parents save food and money. Even borrowed funds from relatives and friends. Under great pressure. And the hope of the whole family. Last stand. Rejoice if you succeed. But the road to entrepreneurship will not be so smooth. There may be ups and downs in between. If business is bad, need to continue investing. If you can't hold on, you may fall to the bottom at any time. Parents, pension, and the working capital of the family is even a huge amount of loans have been lost. Such pressure can crush a poor man in one fell swoop. They can't afford to lose. So after trying once, maybe I will never have the capital and courage to stand up again. I can only choose to continue struggling at the bottom. We all say that traveling thousands of miles is worse than reading thousands of books. Vision is very important to a person. And the children of the rich can not only read thousands of books. You can still travel thousands of miles. Will gradually open the pattern. What he thinks and thinks will change. And the poor, because they don't have the conditions to go out. Limited field of view leads to being too short-sighted. No long-term benefits. No everything. It all comes from the people and things he comes into contact with. You may feel, how important is myopia? When I share my personal experience with you, You will understand. When I first started my business, I'll take cases during the day. I worked very hard at that time. Although the early income is not ideal, but I know that as the timeline progresses, my income will grow exponentially. Slowly, more and more cases. Business is getting more and more stable. And YouTube is growing pretty fast. From 10,000 subscriptions to 50,000 subscriptions to 100,000 subscriptions. More and more people follow us. With increasing popularity. A friend by my side found me on the internet. Then they started to ask me if I'm doing well in self-media. Do you make money or not? Wait. But me. Also directly showed him the background data of YouTube. After he saw it, he showed a little disgust. You don't earn a lot. And it takes so much hard work to make a video. Might as well go straight to a high-paying job. Or open a shop. High and stable income. After I heard it, I could only smile and spread my hands. But in fact, I kind of regret sharing it with him. Because in his eyes, all he sees is YouTube's ad cut. And in the next 6 months, empowerment through self-media, my income has directly doubled several times. And is still growing as the content of the channel, while continuing to rise. This is because marginal benefits bring more content. My exposure is higher. The more my ad share, the more products I sell. And my production cost, still, maintained at 1 video a week. People who are too short-sighted always only focus on the immediate interests. All they see is money. Neglected the long-term goals. They don't know what marginal benefits are. Most people in this world are too eager for quick success. To know what is really valuable. Often not very profitable in the early stage. He has a process of accumulation for everything. If we get too caught up in the process, and try to skip this process, then the accumulation stage will be missed. As a result, we cannot get the final result. If you want to know how to use self-media, build your own influence, words of business expansion, you can also come to my asset-light online training. I have shared how to attract traffic through self-media, build a 7-digit business model from zero. Friends who are interested, you can sign up with the link in the description column. This training is completely free. When one stands on the shoulders of giants, he can see things farther. And because of seeing farther, created a difference in thinking and a difference in pattern. On some important decisions in life, know how to choose. And this will make them different from ordinary people. Widen the gap in the day after tomorrow. Then here comes the problem. Are people from poor backgrounds really can't do anything? Can I just lie flat? Of course not. I myself belong to through hard work. Changer of fate. I also believe in hard work can really change a person's fate. So compared to uncontrollable factors, we should pay more attention to controllable factors. Here I briefly summarize 3 points. And I believe these 3 points. It will definitely help you. The first point. It is to bravely break through the shackles of the original family. British writer William Macomb once said, "The reason why human beings progress, the most important factor is, the next generation does not listen to the previous generation, while the 2 generations care about each other, need to despise each other. Although we are all of the same origin, there will still be differences, especially when the life of the previous generation is not what you want, then occasionally rebellious, or on something you feel is important. Choose to be disobedient, is absolutely okay. And the reason why we are not eliminated, it's also because of the so-called rebellion and disobedience, to create new things that have never existed before. In other words, new ages are created by people with new ideas. And people with this kind of thinking is often classified as a disobedient child. So if you are concerned about the status of your family of origin, not what you want, then you have to bravely jump out. Some requests may have to be denied. Some suggestions should be ignored, even though there might be some conflicts because of this. But understand that it's all just a process. Before any new changes come, there will be a period of pain. So if you want to cross class, bravely break through the shackles of the original family, so we can start to take control of our own lives. The second, low cost, is wrong. We said earlier, one of the reasons why it is difficult for the poor to stand up, because there is no trial and error cost. If you fail, you will pay a huge price, but without trying and without any growth, also can't succeed. So try is necessary. And luckily, we were born in a place where low-cost trial. Wrong era. We don't need to be the same in this day and age. It takes a huge amount of capital to start a business. To do business now, via the internet, there have been many low cost, even the opportunity to start a business at zero cost. And what we have to do is take advantage of these opportunities. Go to low cost trial and error. Take advantage of trial and error. Give us rapid growth financially and intellectually. Third, quit speculative psychology. Learn to accumulate strength. The reason why cheap is the most expensive is simple, but many people don't understand. Especially those who like to take chances. They have little patience. Always like to find some shortcuts. Hope to get rich overnight through these shortcuts. But the sky never falls in vain. Anything of value have to accumulate over a long period of time. We'll gradually see some results. And if you want to turn around and become rich, we must learn to accumulate strength. Train strong willpower. Only in this way, we can create something of value and accumulate more wealth. 3 points above that. Based on my own experience. It's something I'm really doing. Hope for you. Or it can bring some help to those around you. Actually, what a family can leave behind for their children. Only 2 things. One is genetic. One is wealth. And most people don't inherit wealth. But at least we can change the genes. And carry on the good genes. There is a saying that goes like this. If you feel relaxed, it's because someone is carrying the weight for you. And if you feel stressed right now, it is because you are responsible for your next generation. Move forward. And what we have to do is people who carry the weight forward. While doing, then those with golden keys in their mouths. Born people work hard. But if in our generation, put an end to poverty, it's also a very meaningful thing. Even I think it's more of an achievement. Something to be proud of. No, is it? If you think today's video is useful to you, remember to give me a thumbs up. And share this video. Share this value with those around you. Let them grow with you too. If you like to start a business and make money, and the content of financial thinking, you are also welcome to subscribe to our shelter. Little bell next to it. Because we created this channel to share high value content. Help you open up the pattern. Breaking the poverty mindset. Alright, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching. I am Wealth Accumulation Channel. See you next time.